Hello everyone, it's Manuel Jardim here from Jardim Property Group. I got asked a question that I'd like to quickly discuss, and the question is, how do I realise that my property can be developed and why should I go down that path? So it's quite simple. First of all, there's 4 things that we need to do to understand if your property can be developed from a high level. So number 1 is you need to understand and know the R codes for your property. And it's quite simple to get that. You just go online, and it's the R codes or residential codes, state planning policy. You go online, you download that, and you go to page 58. Page 58 will tell you what the parameters are for a development of your R code. So you need to go to the council to find out what the R code is. Look it up, as simple as that. Number 2, do you have all the services? So that's something that you need to check into. Do you have sewer? Do you have power? Do you have all the services that you need to actually develop that land? Now, if you're looking at rural type of properties, you know you can put in septic tanks, but if it's infill in Perth, then you need services to develop that land. So that is key. You need to, number 3 is there any restrictions? Is there any restrictions over the development? So one of the things that I would suggest that you do is you speak to the city and you find out, is there any restrictions over that R code or the residential code for your property? Is there any restrictions that's going to stop you developing that site? Certain councils have their own policies, and their policies may be that certain R codes you can't develop on, for instance, the City of Stirling, R40, or I think it's R50, don't quote me on that, need to look into it, but you can't go multi-res under a certain R code. So that's important. You need to check that as well. And also the R codes are constantly changing as well. So you need to keep on to that. And generally what happens is WA Planning Commission puts out a bulletin. And in the bulletin, they have changes to the R codes. So one of the recent changes was R30, changes for multi-res. So you need to keep an eye on that as well. And then speak to a town planner. That's another one that I would suggest you do. You talk to a town planner and they can advise you what you can do with your site, what type of yield you can get out of your site, or you can obviously contact us. We have town planners that we work with on a regular basis. Now, the reason why you would go down that path, it's quite simple, and the only reason I believe to subdivide land or develop your site is capital, cash flow. Money. How much money is that property going to produce? What's the value increase of the equity, the value increase of that property? So we develop property to make money. It is simple as that. You develop to make money, to increase the value, to increase the equity, to increase your income on that property, the cash flow on that property. So you can develop it, build it, and you increase the cash flow. So the bottom line is it's all about making money. It's increasing the value, positioning you better economically and financially. If you've got any questions, click on the link and we'll talk soon.